Esoterik. I'm Allison.
Brady, Bledsoe.
Austin Hayes.
Guys, this was a great show, and gal. And I really enjoyed it. Very energetic, very animated. I like the beat. Very creative. How long has this band been together?
We kind of formed in the beginning of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we put the album together in the following months.
You know, how did that happen? Was it like a Facebook thing? Were you all friends from school, or did you hang out together?
Actually, it started out with me meeting her at work. She was working at Zoomies at the time. And
Really? Was she
just-
singing at the counter or something?
No.
Or?
It wouldn't
was
surprise
the-
me if
yeah.
I was. I was working as a manager at Zoomies,
Mm-hmm.
and
I came in, I heard the overhead music, and she actually changed it from the Smiths while I was in the changing room, and I'm like, who the fuck changed it? And she's like, I wanted to listen to The Cure, and I'm like, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then, we just conversed, and she was like, well, hey, you know, my friends are going to be hanging out sometime. I'd like for you to hang out with us, and so on and so forth.
yeah.
And then later on, I got to meet this strapping man, and
Brady and I, we met 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, we met in a club, and we both just had a mutual interest in art and music. So that was just a huge thing that blossomed into something really beautiful.
You know, I listened to a little bit of rock and dance. What were your influences? You know, did you listen to a lot of the electronic music, or I'm hearing some rock
I
in the.
think all of us had something different that influenced us on the album. For me, vocally, it was Nina Hagen, or Nina Hagen, however you want to pronounce her name. And a lot of like Specimen type sounds and Christian Death, Roz Williams. That was like vocally my inspiration. And then for Brady,
Yeah, just to step back to this, mainly the focus is the 80s post-punk era. For some of the people that don't understand or don't identify exactly with where it came from, maybe step back a bit. And
yeah, I mean like Soft Cell and New Order and Depeche Mode would be good backbones for
New
that.
Order, Depeche Mode, The Cure, what I call the the three main, because they are the three main bands in the dark scene. Were definitely a major influence with myself. But then, you know, I also got into more electronic stuff, even trance. And whenever people ask me to describe our sound, I basically tell them it's a modern take on what the synthetic dark wave stuff.
Really?
So,
We're bringing back new wave.
essentially,
New wave.
if you want to wrap it all up, it's
soft
new
cell
wave,
meets
dark wave.
shiny toy guns.
Showing you a bunch.
Yes, because
Soft
you know.
cell
Okay,
meets
so
shiny
where
toy
does the rock riffs come from? You know,
Probably
This guy's
myself.
a little bit of jamming going there.
I've
That's not South
I've
Cell.
dabbled here and there in many different bands, and what I like to do is take what I like from all the different kinds of genres and kind of take the best parts and kind of add those to our creative process as we're writing. And
Yeah, who did the writing on this? Was it like a collaborative thing, or?
It was, everybody kind of did their own song. On some of the songs on the album, whenever I had my full-time job, I was just sitting in the office and I was writing because I was hurting really bad inside. So like I was trying to channel my life events into these songs, and then I would like come out with like this really rough draft of lyrics, and then I'd shoot them Brady's way, and he'd just really polish them and add words and make it work better.
Got photobomb.
And then
What? Brady or what?
Who is
Random
that?
goth girl.
Random goth
Random
girl.
goth girl.
that's what we'll call her.
Well, hello.
Fan of ours.
They were just discussing the
Absolutely. I
album and the
fucking love
creative process of coming up with the album, and I understand you did some of the graphics. Is that right?
Yeah, I drew the album. I drew the album cover and the back as well.
So are you a graphics designer type of web designer, artist?
Strictly illustration, and
Strictly,
then
Awesome.
then we translate.
I mostly focus on like I want to illustrate children's books and stuff. So like with my artwork, it's very fantasy and like whimsical type vibe.
Okay. So where can we find that? Is it just on your Facebook page? Is it on all of the, Spotify, blah, blah, blah?
It's
You can
really
find us
easy
on-
to find us. Like, you can Google search the album Enlightenment, Esoteric Enlightenment, and it'll pop up. It's on iTunes, Spotify. You can also get it on Amazon. So there's lots of outlets, and Spotify is good for the viewers or people that are in a younger age range that maybe they can't get their parents' money to buy an album. They can go on there and they can listen to the album and listen to it in its entirety.
I have 2 more questions. Where did you
Okay.
guys record this?
That was actually,
This guy's place.
yeah.
Really?
In my,
Andrew mastered it? You mastered the...
I did not
that
master
was-
the tracks, no.
He produced them.
We produced and recorded
Very
all in my
cool.
house, and then we had the tracks mastered.
Tennessee?
And, yeah, in Nashville, Tennessee, a guy named Steve Cohen, which he does phenomenal work.
Okay.
And, yeah, we just rewrote it. We mixed it all, got it kind of polished up to a bit, and then he equalized out everything. And
Wow. So, and now everybody's from Tulsa, is that right?
We're kind of like sporadically from places. Brady's from Chicago, and I'm from North Hollywood, California, and then Austin.
I'm local. I'm from Oklahoma.
And lastly, where is Esoteric going in 2014?
this is a good
Amazing
question.
places. It is in the universe's hands, and the universe.
You
will
guys
have-
ready to tour with that with the
Yes.
new CD?
We are
As
more
a
than
matter of
ready.
fact, at the end of this month, at the end of March, we are going on tour with Noctmar and Ludovico Technique.
Yep.
We're going
Awesome.
from East Coast to West Coast, so we're doing it. We're doing it.
Have you guys
pretty quick.
toured before like that?
We've toured in separate projects, in different projects. We've all toured and done our own thing in different projects. So this
First
is the
time all
first,
together.
This is the
But
first
first time
time
all
as a
together.
group. us.
How exciting.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
very, very stoked.
Great show again.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to seeing more of you guys, and thanks again for talking with me.
I look forward to seeing you at more of our shows.
All right. Bye-bye.